Known for his magnetic screen presence, versatility and bold performances, he's carved a niche across Malayalam and Telugu cinema, and now with Marco, he has delivered surprise hit of 2024, earning him immense love, especially in the north. Brace yourself for an electrifying encounter with one of Indian cinema's most dynamic and multifaceted talents, as I welcome the man of the moment, Unni Mukundan, in India today.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You know, Marco has redefined the way Indian audiences view brutality in cinema. I'll talk about that before I jump into asking you anything about that. But let me first ask you, how did you prepare for this ferocious character, and where did the idea of this film come from? You know, we have seen you as Marco in Mikkel. You brought a lot of swag with you back in the day. But now in the spin-off, he's on a rage. How did you even see yourself going in that beast mode?
Okay, so thank you so much. I mean, so the prep part was done like 5 to 6 years back, the day we shot Mikhail. And we were quite sure that this part would definitely have a spin-off of it. For 5 to 6 years, I was focusing more on the other kind of cinema that we had. Then me and Hanif got together, and I thought both of us have the wild side within. So maybe that was something which really instigated us to go ahead. But we are very keen on. I mean, both of us would have watched a lot of Korean films as well. And I was just under the impression that for somewhere down the line, if you show it's not the action part only. I think the audiences are more in love with the screenplay that has been shown, the way it has been shot, the production quality, the performances of the actors. Lot many Ravi Basu's music. I mean, every department, the new actors that have got in, Abhimanyu, Kabir, Yupti, and Ishan, a lot many of them, and all the performances and all the senior actors. So cumulative effort, and just me being the center of attraction, kind of, I think, you see, it's a team effort. I thought that's why the movie has been talked about.
Absolutely.
Imagine me doing well and the movie not performing enough wouldn't
reach
help
out to the audience.
Yeah,
also.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you know, the audiences have loved the movie. But if we talk about the violence, from what I can observe as a journalist, it has become the flavor of the season. Even in Marco, there's a perfect killer on the loose who went out on a beast mode. People came and watched him in theaters, you know, saw the movie and celebrated. And I'm not even exaggerating, you know, the violence in your film is unapologetic. Women, animals, children are all shown as victims of the torture. Did you ever worry about the audience, their reactions, you know, of this level of intensity?
So first thing, the movie is about gangsters. So it's something that we don't know, like how they perform. So there was this freedom of choice, like how to go about it. I don't know how the gangsters behave or what we do. So we had this creative as well as imaginative liberty to just showcase them in a certain way. Second, coming to cruelty on women and children and animals as well. I think crimes should not be discussed on gender basis. If a man gets killed, it's equally cruel. I don't consider killing a woman is more sympathetic than killing a man. So the fact that the bad guy is killing everybody makes sense to me.
What we saw in Marco was honestly something which we never saw in films like KGF, Animal or Kill. Even back in the day, if you pick any movie from Hindi cinema, for that matter, Sholay, Gabbar cutting arms wasn't shown on the screen. But the scene was so beautifully depicted that the audience understood. But in Marco, I understood the story. It demanded the brutality that was shown in the film. But the intensity, I personally feel, there is a difference between Rakshak and Rakshas, you know. So how do we draw that line of the intensity when it comes to violence on screen?
I think people have quite matured. You discussed Sholay. I think we have come so far in times. Everybody is educated. Everybody knows. I don't want to take the intelligence of the audience for granted. I know that it's a film and it's for entertainment purpose. The word you used, intensity. The intensity, just to show the intensity of the cruelty and making the film look a bit wild, a different kind of experience. It's all about experience. I see cinema as just a tool to entertain myself. I don't discuss life, I don't try to understand life, neither I try to propagate life through cinema, because they have better tools for that. When it comes to cinema, the kind of experience that you get in a 2-hour experience is something that I would want the audience to take back. Definitely they'll, I'm pretty sure whatever we have done has been certified in a way good enough for the audiences to watch. And 18 plus is something that we can ask for, and we got it. But it will definitely not influence a person to go about on a killing spree and enjoy life in a certain way. That's my take on it. Definitely, it was discomforting for someone that I've been told that people had tough time watching it, but that was it. I mean, that was the whole idea of giving a certain kind of an experience. I don't think I'll be able to do a movie just for the heck of it, because the movie had a story, and a minimal story enough to be shot, and a setup that was so stylized. And just you mentioned KGF, so it is again it's a huge hit, but I don't know where it's been placed, and what inspired people to watch that film. And what happened after KGF? Nothing happened after KGF. What we got was KGF 2 and a bigger hit and a beautiful film. So something what we have in mind. We will have a Marco 2 coming up. We'll have a Marco 3 coming up. But it will be on the same line. It will be a brutal action film. So because it's a film, I think people will see it as a film. And because I belong to the same generation. I have been grown up watching Sholay to now. Nothing has affected me in a certain way that I got influenced and started doing something which is not cool for the society. Bottom line is, cinema is a medium that is to be used to entertain yourself. Then leave it apart and just move on with life.
Like you said that you're going to come up with more sequels. So if we talk about the violence, if animal is here, kill is here, you've raised the bar for violence in the film. So what can we expect out of 2 and 3?
More violence, more aesthetically shot violence, and a good film. Basically, I still feel that what I've been told from filmmakers in general and audiences alike, the India that right now we are in, they are quite smart. So I don't judge people based on my intelligence. I allow them to think on their behalf. They know that what they are getting into. They know what cinema is all about. I'm quite confident that whatever I do, they'll see me as this actor who's trying to explore cinema to its potential. Like, why do you have an Atmos mix? It's just to experience. We can go. We don't need to have an Atmos mix. Spend so much of money. Have these bigger screens. Today we have all the movies coming out on phones, and you see, but still we have OTT and all that. So it's a different. So if you want to go to the theaters, you need to have a theatrical experience. For that, you will have these kind of movies which are more dramatic, more cinematic, and high on action, high on dance, or whatever it is. So this movie, Marco as a series, will definitely have high action. I will have to push myself physically and mentally to do certain things which will, stir the audiences and give them that kind of an experience.
Yeah. So also, there's been a lot of comparison that has been drawn between your character Marco and of course KGF's Rocky. What is your take on that? Because we see we see a resemblance in the mannerisms, the outfit, and of course that cigar. What's that?
It ends there. I mean, I just take it as a compliment. There are two different kind of films. I'm a huge fan of Yash, the way he has lifted an entire industry. I mean, that is more cinematic for me than the entire film, KGF. So huge respect to the gentleman and Prashant Neel sir, the way they have shot the film. It's beautifully done. So I only see cinema in the most technical aspect. I love the other part of cinema as well. For the audiences, for a layman, it's a beautiful film which has served its purpose of entertaining the people. They got sequels. I think they're waiting for the KGF 3 as well. For us to be compared to KGF is kind of a compliment, but I will make it very clear that Marco is one of its kind. I don't think when we announced the film, we made it clear that it's the most violent film from Malayalam. But having heard you and whatever I have got from the market, we are one of the most violent film from India.
Yes.
So the thing is that I would like to keep that as a niche for myself and try to upscale the action sequences, give that adrenaline rush to the audiences. I love action. I've grown up watching a lot of action heroes. I love Hrithik, I love Salman. I love all the actors who have risked their lives. So I feel that action heroes go to that, give that extra effort in terms of putting their lives at risk. Like Tom Cruise, I have heard these guys doing stunts on their own. So I haven't used any dupes. I just wanted my audience to feel that adrenaline, be in that space wherein I was while I was shooting the movie. And because they are loving it, I feel they kind of experience what we wanted to share. And that's all about it. But all the comparisons with all the films that you mentioned, they are beautifully done films. Those films have their own niche, and for us to be compared to them, because coming from Malayalam, we don't get that kind of a budget. Whatever we did was on the resources that we had. So I have huge respect for my people. When I say my people, the technicians from Malayalam. The way they shot it, it is one of the best movies. Chandru Selvaraj is the DOP of this film. Hanif Adin, the writer-director. My editor friend Shamir, my friend and my producer Sharif Mohammed. It was a big task because it's an A-rated film. And recovery from these kind of movies are kind of quite skeptical.
Like you said, you were not you already were sure about this film. I wanted to know, because you are a completely different personality off screen. Was there any quality of Marco that resonates with you? Is there something?
I do believe everything that I do on screen does have it in me. If I don't connect to the character, I don't think I'll be able to pull it off. I don't know what part of Marco is within me, but something related to him does stay with me. I don't want to explore that part. But yeah, all the characters that I've done are very close to me, and I can only portray things that I can connect to or empathize with. So I have to accept that, yeah, something of Marco is with me, but don't judge me for that. I won't go around killing people. I'm not that kind of a guy.
Absolutely, I'm believing you. Well, one of the most renowned filmmakers, Anurag Kashyap, recently said that he's disgusted by Bollywood and he wants to go to South. He says Bollywood isn't experimental, lacks brains to make a film like Pushpa. What do you make of this, especially how Southern cinema has revived after Bahubali, RRR, KGF, and of course your film has also, got a great response.
I mean, in general, I don't like to write off people or industries or anything. I feel definitely would have his reasons, but I don't believe that it's that bad, because I've grown up watching Hindi films. There are some masterpieces that have happened. I have my mom, my sister, and my friends. They are all in love with Hindi cinema, and maybe it could be a bad phase. That's it. I don't like to write off people. I have seen people writing me off. I have come back, and it will be the same, because they are highly talented people. The people, when you tell them that it's over, you got to see what the kind of credentials they carry. You cannot just simply write off things because today it's not pleasant. Also, I don't want to be under the impression that Malayalam is doing the best, because it's kind of burdening to be a part of the industry which is doing seriously good. Because every time you think of a film, you are under the burden of delivering the best. I think a filmmaker should not be under that kind of a stress to the best part for a filmmaker or an actor is to express in a liberated manner, not fearing the fact that this movie has to be the benchmark movie, or this movie has to do certain kind of numbers. Of course, movie is a business. A lot of money gets involved, but there has to be a fine balance, which at least I try to maintain. When I do an action film, I go full Monty in it. It's been 7 years since I did action. So Marco was very special for me, because I was exploring the genre which I really like, and the people who were following my work and who like me as an actor, they were quite thrilled to see me back in action mode. Coming to the question, I think it's just a bad phase, and I generally don't like to differentiate. I am trying to do, or I think I am one of those actors who are bridging the gap between the Hindi cinema, South cinema, this cinema. It's just Indian film industry. So I was born in Kerala. I was raised in Gujarat, and I started working in Ahmedabad for a long time. Then I came back to Kerala. I did my first film in Tamil. I had a major break in Telugu. Now my first major film has been appreciated by the entire country.
Yeah.
So people like me exist. You see, so we will try our best to make sure one day it will come across as this Indian film industry, which is bringing up a lot of good films. Not Malayalam is doing this. It's not a classroom wherein this guy is doing better than that guy. I think my film, the music director, Mr. Ravi Basu, is from the Kannada film industry. My DOP, Chandru Selvaraj, is from Tamil, Chennai. My director, me, and a lot of the other technicians are from Malayalam. Kabir Duhan, Yukti, and few others are from the Bollywood film industry.
Yeah.
You see, so Marco consists of individuals, actors, and technicians
From across the country.
I mean, this thing. So I don't know where to place Marco. The success part is so overwhelming that all of us feel that ye mera. I mean, you see, so
It's
that's ours. So my thing is that I generally don't like to write off things. It'll all be fine.
All We Imagine As Light, a Malayalam film, was shortlisted for Golden Globes but wasn't selected as India's official entry to Oscars. What's your take on that?
That's fine. They can try again, but it's a beautiful film. So I think the filmmakers also would have understood it. I mean, I believe nobody works for this particular reason, and that's not the end of the world as well.
Yeah.
You see, I don't believe in chasing Oscars. It's not the end of the world. As true technicians and actors, because you have discussed them here, they have got their appreciation. What a technician or an actor wants is massive applause and appreciation from all nooks and corners. Definitely, if they try again, and if they believe Oscars is the best thing, they can try for it again.
While we all talk about the good part of filmmaking, and Malayalam film industry is also thriving with recent releases, there's also a dark side exposed by the HEMA committee report that revived the Me Too movement, calling for urgent reform and accountability. What's your take on that?
It's all good. It's all good as long as it's done properly. Also, the fact that I'm not very keen on Malayalam industry being represented by this particular topic, because it happens everywhere. It's sad. It's sad. But whenever I talk about Malayalam, off late I've been questioned with this thing, and which is kind of disturbing to a fact that that is not exactly what Malayalam film industry stands for. So we do our best to make sure things are good.
Yeah.
And it's sad that something of this sort has propped up, but definitely things have been taken care of to make sure it doesn't repeat. There's an effort. I don't know how long lasting or how deep it would be, but there's a genuine effort, there's a genuine concern amongst all the technicians and actors who have gone through this or read about it or heard about it. So that's one thing. And I would also request all the journals or everyone to just make sure that you don't connect Malayalam film industry to only this aspect of it's there, but it's kind of it's traumatized. It's like a trauma when you want to, because it kind of scares you off to okay, now I am answerable to this particular thing, which is it's a very serious issue, and genuinely sometimes I don't know how to counter the argument or what is the best resolution, because things get blown off a bit too much. So
I agree. Coming back to your journey, I'll ask my producers to show a clip of yours that went viral. It's your transformation through these 24 years. Have you always been this fitness freak? What does your routine look like?
Oh, nice.
This is like from 2000 to 2024.
Yeah. So I've been inspired by a lot of actors. Like cinema, in a way, has inspired me in a better way. I can say that. Like I've been a huge Sylvester Stallone fan, Salman Khan fan, Hrithik Roshan. All of these gentlemen have really instilled an idea of not just looking good, and in order to look good in a certain way, I had to maintain a certain lifestyle. And because I looked apart, a lot of good characters happen in my movie career as well. And that's about it. But I also want to make sure that I never got into bodybuilding or being fit in order to become an actor. You don't have to have a six-pack or a XYZ to be an actor. To be an actor, I think the best part is to be empathetic as an individual and to
Yes.
have good listening skills. These two things, and if you can do that, I think you can be an actor. I don't want people to misunderstand my journey in terms of being a good-looking guy with a lot of muscle became an actor. No, it was not like that. It's just a lifestyle that I carried.
All right, one quality you would like to imbibe from the following actors.
Okay.
Rajnikant,
Confidence.
Mammootty,
Mammootty is so special. I mean, Mammootty is someone who is so beautifully balanced work and family. You have to see the way he carries both. So that balance, if I can, will be great.
Mohanlal,
Mohanlal sir is to be in that moment.
Hrithik, your favorite.
Hrithik is the epitome of hard work, I think. All his hard work gets sidelined just because he's a too good looking guy.
Like you said. Yeah. Shah
Too
Rukh Khan.
hardworking. Shah Rukh Khan, I mean, I think he has shown India or the world to believe in the beauty of the dream. So I think he comes from a very humble background, and we all know how his journey has been. So I trust my dreams nowadays. So,
Wow. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
joining us on India Today, and it was a pleasure having you in our
Thank
studio.
you so much.
Thank you so
I
much.
really appreciate it. Thank you.
ജോർജിനെ പോലെയല്ല മാർക്കോ. He can and will go to any extent. ആട്ടിൻകുട്ടിയെ അടുത്ത് മാംസം ഭക്ഷിച്ചവരാണ്.